In a bustling corporate office where innovation thrived and dreams were built, one engineer was about to uncover a truth that would shake the foundation of his career and the company itself. Marcus, a brilliant black engineer, had worked tirelessly to climb the ranks in an industry where opportunities often felt just out of reach. His achievements were undeniable, but behind the glossy facade of success, he began to notice patterns that didn't add up. Promotions were delayed, colleagues with less experience moved ahead, and whispered conversations hinted at something darker. As Marcus pieced together the puzzle, his findings revealed a chilling reality, one of systemic inequality buried beneath corporate policies. Determined to confront the issue, he faced a choice: remain silent and secure his position, or risk everything to expose the truth. What he chose to do next would ignite a chain reaction no one saw coming. Marcus couldn't ignore the nagging feeling that something was wrong. At first, it seemed like small coincidences, a meeting he wasn't invited to, a project he spearheaded being credited to someone else. But as he looked closer, the patterns became clearer. He started digging into company data, quietly reviewing team structures and promotion histories. What he found was unsettling: a glaring disparity in how Black employees, especially in leadership roles, were treated compared to their peers. The more he uncovered, the heavier the weight of the truth became. It wasn't just him. There were others, talented individuals who had been overlooked, sidelined, or quietly pushed out. The company, known publicly for its diversity campaigns, was masking a deeply ingrained issue. Marcus knew he couldn't unsee what he had found, but bringing it to light was risky. If he spoke up, he would face powerful opposition. The question was, how far was he willing to go? Marcus decided to test the waters before making any big moves. He started having quiet conversations with colleagues he trusted, carefully gauging their experiences and reactions. Some were hesitant, brushing off his questions with uneasy laughter. Others opened up, sharing stories eerily similar to his own: missed promotions, unfair evaluations, and vague justifications from higher-ups. It was clear the issue wasn't isolated, but not everyone was ready to speak out. Fear of retaliation loomed large. As he dove deeper, Marcus discovered that even HR, the department meant to protect employees, seemed complicit. Complaints filed by others had mysteriously disappeared, and policies intended to promote equity were riddled with loopholes. It felt like the system was rigged at every level. Meanwhile, whispers about his quiet investigations began to spread. Management seemed to be keeping a closer eye on him. Marcus knew the walls were closing in, but retreating wasn't an option. Marcus realized that time was running out. The more he uncovered, the more risks he faced. He began compiling evidence, emails, performance reviews, even internal reports that contradicted the company's public statements on diversity and inclusion. Each discovery felt like a step closer to exposing the truth, but also a step closer to being discovered. His heart raced every time his phone buzzed or his boss walked by his desk. He couldn't shake the feeling that they were onto him. Then came the breaking point. A high-profile project Marcus had led was announced as a major success. But when the credit was given, his name was nowhere to be found. Instead, a senior executive claimed the spotlight, erasing Marcus's contributions entirely. It was a calculated move, and he knew it. Furious but determined, Marcus realized this wasn't just about him anymore. It was about everyone who had been silenced. He had to act now. Just as Marcus began preparing to blow the whistle, something unexpected happened. An anonymous email landed in his inbox. It was brief but loaded with weight. Asterisk, you're not alone. Keep going, we have more. Asterisk attached was a file containing internal documents that went even deeper than what Marcus had uncovered. Evidence of executive-level discussions about suppressing diversity initiatives and maintaining the status quo. Someone else in the company was watching, and they wanted Marcus to succeed. The revelation gave him a surge of hope, but it also raised questions. Who sent the email? Could they be trusted, or was it a trap? The new information was powerful, but using it would make him a bigger target. Meanwhile, subtle signs of retaliation started appearing. His access to certain files was suddenly restricted, and he was removed from meetings he used to lead. The message was clear. They knew he was digging, and they weren't going to make it easy for him to finish. With the evidence in hand, Marcus made his move. He reached out to a trusted journalist known for exposing corporate wrongdoing. Together, they planned a detailed report, ensuring the findings were airtight. Marcus felt a mix of fear and relief as the story began to take shape. There was no turning back now. The night before the article was set to go live, he received another email from the anonymous source. This time, it was a warning. Asterisk, be careful. They're ahead of you. Asterisk. The next day, chaos erupted. The company's leadership preemptively released a statement denying any wrongdoing, framing Marcus as a disgruntled employee. They claimed his accusations were baseless, but Marcus and the journalist were prepared. The story went live, and within hours, former employees started coming forward with their own accounts. The public outcry was immediate and overwhelming. Just as Marcus felt a sense of vindication, the final twist came. A whistleblower from the executive team stepped forward, confirming everything Marcus had exposed and revealing even more shocking details. The company's carefully constructed facade crumbled, and the fallout was massive. Marcus had won the fight, but the battle for systemic change had only just begun. In the aftermath, the company faced public scrutiny like never before. Executives resigned, lawsuits were filed, and an independent investigation was launched. Marcus, once silenced and sidelined, became a symbol of resilience and justice. His courage inspired others in similar positions to speak out, and the industry began taking a hard look at its practices. Despite the victory, Marcus knew the journey wasn't over. Change wouldn't come overnight, and dismantling deeply rooted systems of inequality would require ongoing effort. But for the first time, it felt like progress was possible. Reflecting on everything, Marcus didn't feel like a hero, just someone who chose not to look away. As he walked away from the chaos, he felt lighter. He had risked everything to expose the truth, and in doing so, he'd started a conversation that couldn't be ignored. The battle had been worth it, and he knew his story would ripple far beyond the corporate walls.